In today's news, Jpmorgan CEO Jamie Dimon reveals that every bank, every government all around the world will utilize XRP, and believe it or not, this shift may happen much sooner than expected. To start off with, I'm going to take you back to this clip from Jamie Dimon on CNBC at Davos 2024. In and around his generic outlook on Bitcoin and that it is used by criminals, he talks about his bullish outlook on blockchain technology and that Jpmorgan are already using it. Pay close attention.
Blockchain is real, it's a technology. We use it, it's going to move money, it's going to move data, it's efficient. We've been talking about that for 12 years too, and it's very small. Okay, so I think we've wasted too many words in that. Cryptocurrencies, there are two types. There's a cryptocurrency which might actually do something. Think of a cryptocurrency as an embedded smart contract in it, and that we can use it to buy and sell real estate and move data. That may have value.
The idea of tokenizing things.
Tokenizing things that you do something with. And then there's one which does nothing. I call it the pet rock, the Bitcoin or something like that.
So as you heard, Jamie Dimon highlights that there are two types of cryptocurrencies, ones which are doing something and ones which don't. The ones which are doing something, he is referencing assets like XRP. You don't believe me? Well, he stated, as you just heard, he stated that they are like an embedded smart contract. And as we can see from Smoke here, XRP and smart contracts, yes, it does. The escrow is designed as a feature to enable the XRP ledger to be used in the interledger protocol and with other smart contracts. Better still, the escrow only works with XRP and not other tokens, which is a very, very big deal. That's one proof. Furthermore, Jamie Dimon also stated that these tokens, these cryptocurrencies, can be used to buy and sell real estate, the idea of tokenization. We can see from Ripple here, this time last year, Ripple has been selected to showcase a key CBDC use case for the EHKD pilot program with Fubon Bank. Property owners can leverage a combination of CBDCs and tokenized real estate to unlock the equity in their real estate. It is as clear as day that Jpmorgan know of Ripple and XRP and what they are providing. Remember that a little while back, Jpmorgan has published articles talking about Ripple as a heavy weight in the age of CBDC. Furthermore, we can see again from Smoke, Jpmorgan's presentation that highlights Ripple as a blockchain system that is solving interoperability and data challenges across geographies. Proof right here from Jpmorgan. Furthermore, within Ripple's documentation, it also shows that Jpmorgan is connected directly to on-demand liquidity. The proof is right there in front of you. Jpmorgan is already utilizing XRP, and they know and even reveal to you that everyone will too. It's the cryptos that are solving real-world problems like XRP that will take over, not Bitcoin. And this partnership between Jpmorgan and Ripple is absolutely massive. I'm not going to play this video here for copyright sakes, but at the very beginning of this video, if you listen to it, Jamie Dimon discloses that Jpmorgan moves $10 trillion every single day. Take a moment to fully grasp the volume of that number, the significance of that announcement. 10 trillion every day, and that's with fiat in the old system. We are now moving towards a new monetary system, a digital revolution, where there will be real-time, instantaneous settlements. Instantaneous transactions. Not just Jpmorgan is utilizing Ripple's on-demand liquidity, but this $10 trillion will likely increase even higher to an even larger sum of money as Ripple with XRP help banks interconnect with one another, freeing up the trapped liquidity in the Nostro-Vostro accounts. Ripple CTO David Schwartz mentioned years ago that there was a need, a necessity for a neutral asset for this new monetary system built upon unified ledgers, and that Ripple already addressed this problem with XRP and the XRP ledger. They can be used as the backbone that provides the fast international settlement piece. So when you listen to this video with Circle and Jpmorgan once again talking about the future, the necessity of the unified ledger by the BIS, remember that Ripple is already ahead of the curve. Hence why Jpmorgan knows that every major bank and government worldwide will utilize XRP.
But in all honesty, I think you almost need something like that. I mean, it's actually almost a necessity, because if you look at the public, and I'm sure this is one Dante and I will disagree on, but if you look at the public blockchain ledgers, they are not fit for purpose for large transactions today. And I'll tell you why. Let's say we were doing a transaction worth $100 million, and we were sending money, 100 million, let's say ourselves and UBS, just making it up, the two banks. If we are sending 100 million to UBS on Ethereum, there are validators who are validating the transaction. Now, what if something goes wrong? Who do I sue?
The other thing that a unified ledger conversation almost entirely ignores is geopolitics. You don't weaponize a currency, you weaponize the rails on which currencies ride. And I think all too often, while the central banks are doing really the Lord's work in figuring out how to modernize payment systems and money, the geopolitical reality is cross-border payments integration of this kind is often a line too far for national security interests. And that's the unfortunate piece of the puzzle.
Now, of course, this shift hasn't fully happened yet. Otherwise, XRP's price would have already have soared to the moon. But it will happen. And it is happening behind the scenes right now, as confirmed in this video. The institutional adoption of crypto is happening faster than expected. These institutions are using DLT now. Listen closely.
And the key so what is that global institutional adoption is tracking much faster than you would think. If you read the press, you would think blockchain and crypto is people that have created things like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they're building DeFi and NFT platforms and other things. And you would believe, if you read the press, that the big asset managers don't need it and aren't involved. They are. Of the top 50, 52% of them, that's more than half, have a digital wallet or some digital custody or digital trading offering already in place. That includes every Chinese large bank, because they needed their digital wallet support to support ECNY, which the digital yuan, and so on. 42% of them can already offer you and handle digital monies, which includes CBDCs like ECNY that I just mentioned, but it also includes stablecoins, for example, a Tether or a Circle. And about a third of them are also beginning to get involved in digital assets or digital commodities, which includes the Bitcoin ETF. So the BlackRocks and the Fidelities of the world have already launched their Bitcoin spot ETFs. But there's a whole world of other people, including people with names like Goldman Sachs and Citibank and Jpmorgan, who may be saying they're very anti the space, but in practice, they're very actively involved underneath the surface of the BlackRock, IBITS or ETF. So again, they may be saying, I'm Jpmorgan and we don't really need any of this. But the truth is Jpmorgan or Goldman Sachs or Citibank is actually building a business right now that's built on top of distributed ledger technology or Bitcoin and blockchain and other things.
This was the plan from the get-go. Ripple's plan to dominate the global financial market. It was to play the long game, to look long-term, work behind the scenes, allowing these big players to catch up and to ask them for assistance to help them making this transition, and not giving up their game plan to their competitors. Listen closely.
You'd never make specific announcements about your product until they're finalized, until they're open and out to the public, because competitors are always watching. It's not just about hindering retail investors and preventing them from getting certain information. Ripple is a company that's competing in global finance, which means the most profitable market on the planet, that's where Ripple's trying to break into and dominate.
Ripple had the game plan, and this shift is now speeding up drastically. Jpmorgan know that XRP's price is about to explode, their adoption is about to explode, their real world use case is about to explode, especially now. One of the biggest shifts in finance is happening next week. T+1 settlement in the United States and Canada shift is next week, May 28, 2024. Now, listen closely, because for Australians investors, trading US and Canadian securities to move to T+1 settlements will be challenging due to the significant time difference. They will have less time to process trades and ensure funding is in place for settlements, increasing the risk of settlement failure and penalties. The compressed time frame for cross-border transactions poses operational hurdles. This is a very worrying issue, let's be real here. But T+0, instantaneous real-time settlements, which will still take a bit of time to implement, yes, but RTS will be the cure fixing this issue. Once this is achieved, it's a whole new world. We are at an inflection point with crypto and especially with XRP right now. Read between the lines what these massive institutions are telling you and do your own research, and you will see, just like I do, that these institutions, they already fully back Ripple and are deeply ingrained into their technology. Governments and banks worldwide will and already are utilizing XRP, and with all the crypto bills coming this week, US adoption is about to explode, Ethereum ETFs potentially being approved this week, and T+1 just around the corner. And then of course we cannot forget about the impending verdict in the Ripple lawsuit, which it seems pretty evident now that Ripple is guaranteed to win this. XRP's price is about to soar to the moon. Just like Ripple's strategy, their plan to take over, to be successful, to play the long game. That's why you can't look short term. So please think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.